It's a real letdown if he misses out on a closing scene. The NBA just unleashed a blockbuster, sending fans into a frenzy. Kevin Durant is being traded to the Houston Rockets. KD's time with the Nets was a roller coaster, but now it seems like the MVP is swapping his Brooklyn skyline for a Houston freeway. After endless talk and speculation, Kevin Durant is now officially a Rocket. What caused him to swap optimism for a cosmic journey? Was it Dean Tone's brilliant tactics or the allure of a more robust team behind him? Let's analyze the current situation. The whispers reveal the truth. Tom's indicating that 5 teams have their eyes on Durant, so we'll dress KD in various new colors and see what resonates. If you've been keeping an eye on your social media lately, chances are you've encountered headlines proclaiming that Kevin Durant has been traded to the Houston Rockets. These rumors have circulated rapidly, but before you rush to customize that Rockets jersey with Durant's name, let's clarify what's true and what's not. Currently, Durant is with the Phoenix Suns, where he's been delivering stellar performances, averaging 26.6 points per game. However, despite his remarkable skills, the Suns are struggling overall, clinging to the last playoff spot in the Western Conference and facing a risk of missing the postseason. This disappointing team showing has, understandably, sparked discussions regarding Durant's future with the franchise. On the other hand, the Houston Rockets have surfaced as one of the most thrilling young squads in the NBA this season. Presently positioned in the Western Conference's second spot, the team has shown remarkable progress under the guidance of coach Ime Udoka, developing a solid defensive framework supported by a promising young roster. However, they lack a pivotal scorer capable of sealing victories and guiding them during critical playoff situations. This brings us to the swirling trade rumors surrounding Kevin Durant. The speculation intensified following an NBC Sports article released on April 16, 2025, just a day ago, with the headline suggesting Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets. Both parties are said to have expressed mutual interest. The report indicates a sincere interest from both Durant and the Rockets. Let's explore what that NBC Sports article disclosed. Their sources suggest that if the Rockets don't advance far in the playoffs, they might emerge as a leading candidate for a trade involving Durant. This is significant as it shows that a trade isn't on the horizon just yet. The Rockets are choosing to observe the playoff outcomes before embarking on substantial actions. Should their youthful roster excel in the playoffs, they may hesitate to shake up the team dynamic by acquiring Durant. However, the link between Durant and the Rockets isn't merely hearsay. Credible NBA commentators have weighed in on this. Notably, esteemed insider Shams Charania has highlighted the shared interest from both sides. Additionally, a post on X by Desiteri on April 16, 2025, indicated that the Rockets might emerge as prime contenders if they face an early postseason exit. A related post from a courtside Buzz on X reinforced this idea, suggesting the Rockets could look towards Durant should they bow out of the playoffs early. These posts sparked considerable interaction, reflecting the basketball community's strong fascination with this possible move. This isn't the inaugural occasion the Rockets have been associated with Durant. On June 26, 2024, Fox Sports reported that the Rockets had secured several draft picks from the Brooklyn Nets, which many viewed as a calculated effort to chase Durant or another star. This background of the Rockets setting the stage for a Durant trade lends weight to the ongoing speculation that he has been a target for Houston's management for quite some time. The situation is particularly compelling due to the Rockets holding the Suns' first-round picks for 2025 and 2027. Indeed, you read correctly. The Rockets hold Phoenix's draft picks, providing them with crucial leverage in any forthcoming negotiations. This rare situation fosters an intriguing scenario in which Houston could leverage Phoenix's future assets to facilitate a trade for their standout player. Sports media has been abuzz with various trade package suggestions. On March 29, 2025, Sports Illustrated featured an article detailing a speculative 14 trade scenario that would transfer Durant to the Rockets. Although this suggestion was entirely hypothetical, it highlights the intricate nature likely inherent in a genuine Durant transaction. Trading a player of KD's stature usually necessitates the involvement of several teams to align salaries and allocate assets properly. On April 16, 2025, Sports Illustrated released another article addressing what could the Houston Rockets offer for Kevin Durant. This analysis examined possible trade scenarios but did not validate any real agreement. The piece indicated that the Rockets might assemble an offer centered on promising players like Jalen Green and Cam Whitmore, complemented by their prized draft selections. On April 3, 2025, Bleacher Report delved into trade conjecture with an article entitled Kevin Durant, 3-team trade proposal to secure NBA stars exit from Phoenix, suggesting yet another intricate multi-team deal. While these ideas are purely theoretical, they mirror the prevalent sentiment among NBA commentators that Durant's tenure in Phoenix may be nearing its conclusion. A significant element driving this speculation seems to be the strain between Durant and Suns management, especially following trade deadline discussions regarding a possible trade with the Golden State Warriors earlier this season. This combination of internal friction and the team's lackluster performance has fostered a fertile ground for trade discussions. On March 23, 2025, Sports Illustrated released an article titled Why the Rockets Could Be the Ideal Trade Spot for Kevin Durant, elaborating on these tensions and articulating reasons why Houston might be a compelling destination for the star forward. The blend of youthful promise, draft assets, and rising performance from the Rockets positions them as a sensible choice for a superstar like Durant, who seeks a fresh environment. However, despite the buzz surrounding potential moves, there's no solid evidence, at least for now. Efforts to verify the trade through legitimate sources have yielded nothing. Analysts scour the official NBA site, along with the Houston Rockets news area and other trusted team channels, uncovering no formal announcements pertaining to a confirmed trade for Durant. This supports the notion that, while there is robust speculation, no agreement has been reached as of April 17, 2025. So what's the current status? The most reliable conclusion drawn from the existing details is that both Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets have expressed interest in a possible trade, yet no formal agreements or announcements have been made public. The dynamics are continuously changing, with the Rockets' postseason performance likely influencing whether they will actively pursue Durant or decide to keep developing their current young talent. Impact analysis. Implications for both squads. Kevin Durant stands out as one of the all-time greats in basketball history, and this next decision is crucial for his future, shaping how we view the latter part of his career. Should Kevin Durant don a Houston Rockets jersey, it would have significant repercussions for both teams involved. Let's delve into the implications of this possible trade for both teams, beginning with the Rockets. The Houston Rockets are enjoying an impressive season and are now positioned as the second seed in the Western Conference. This marks a significant shift for a franchise that was in a rebuilding phase not too long ago. Under the direction of coach Ime Udoka, they forged a solid defensive foundation and nurtured emerging stars such as Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun, Jabari Smith Jr., Reed Shepherd, and Cam Whitmore. Nonetheless, despite their notable regular season success, the Rockets do have a distinct vulnerability. Ranked 25th in half-court offenses, Kevin Durant could be a game-changer. With one of the highest efficiency ratings in NBA history, Durant would instantly give the Rockets a top-tier option, capable of creating his own shots against any defense while scoring from all three levels, at the rim, in the mid-range, and from three-point range. This skill set would help alleviate Houston's most significant offensive struggles. More than just a star, Durant is a 14-time All-Star, a 2-time NBA champion, and a 2-time Finals MVP. His playoff experience could prove crucial for a young Rockets squad that has yet to face intense postseason pressure. In critical playoff situations, when the defense tightens, scoring becomes a greater challenge. Durant's exceptional scoring could be pivotal, determining if a team falls in the first round or advances far into the postseason. Infusing Durant into a squad with strong defensive players might instantaneously elevate them to championship status. An ex-NBA player mentioned in Yardbarker noted the Houston Rockets would be serious contenders should Durant join them. Pairing Durant's offensive skills with Houston's robust defense could forge a remarkable equilibrium. Team C is usually in the mix for NBA titles. Nonetheless, acquiring Durant would carry substantial expenses and uncertainties. A trade would probably necessitate a combination including Houston's emerging talents and draft assets. Different suggested deals have mentioned players like Jalen Green, Reed Shepherd, and even Cam Whitmore and Jabari Smith Jr., along with numerous draft choices. Letting go of any of these athletes would equate to trading off potential growth for present-day competitiveness. Additionally, there's the concern regarding Durant's age and contractual standing. Now at 36, Durant has moved past his peak years, yet he still competes at an exceptionally high level when fit. He has one remaining year on his deal worth $54.7 million, extending into the 2025-26 season, implying that the Rockets would be taking on a hefty financial obligation without assured long-term benefits. Acquiring Durant could lead to a scenario where, if he opts to depart at the end of next season, the Rockets may have relinquished crucial young talent for a fleeting chance at a championship. Additionally, there's the issue of how Durant would mesh with the established team dynamic in Houston. Under Udoka's guidance, the Rockets have fostered a culture centered on defensive fervor and selfless teamwork. Adding a superstar like Durant might upset this balance, especially if it means losing several young players integral to that environment. While Durant would likely enhance the Rockets' performance in the near term from a basketball standpoint, the long-term implications are worthy of consideration. His offensive prowess targets their most evident shortcomings, and his playoff background would be crucial for a young roster. However, the future implications of sacrificing their prospects for a win-now strategy built around a 36-year-old superstar are hard to ascertain. Now, let's turn our attention to what this possible trade could entail for the Phoenix Suns. The Suns find themselves in a delicate situation, clinging to the last skeptical playoff berth in the Western Conference and facing the threat of missing the postseason altogether. This stands in stark contrast to the championship ambitions they held when they united their star trio of Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. Dealing Durant has stirred up discussions around Weasel, a key strategist for Phoenix. This move signals their realization that the all-in strategy with several stars hasn't gone as expected, indicating a potential need for a partial rebuild centered on Booker. Speculation has circulated about strains between Durant and the Suns, especially following trade deadline rumors linking him to the Golden State Warriors. If these tensions are substantiated, trading Durant may serve as the optimal path for everyone. What potential returns could the Suns gain? The specific deal will hinge on ongoing negotiations. However, the majority of suggested options feature a mix of up-and-coming players along with draft selection from Houston. The Rockets' possession of Phoenix's first-round picks in both 2025 and 2027 complicates this matter further. This situation could allow Phoenix to reclaim some of their previous draft assets, providing them with greater options for future team development. A warning for the Rockets in this potential exchange comes from the Suns' past experiences. Phoenix once dealt promising young talents like McCall Bridges to bring in Durant, but the outcome has fallen short of what was hoped for. Many analysts believe this has put the Suns in a worse position than they were in prior to the trade. Houston must tread carefully to avoid repeating Phoenix's errors by sacrificing too much long-term potential for immediate rewards. Financially, offloading Durant's hefty contract could provide the Suns with increased cap flexibility, enabling them to seek other players who might complement Booker more effectively. Nonetheless, securing a comparable return for a player of Durant's stature is consistently difficult. The Suns will probably need to acknowledge that a replacement with his extraordinary talent isn't feasible. The similarities between Phoenix's pursuit of Durant are quite striking and ironic. The Suns exchanged promising young players for Durant in the quest for a championship, yet those dreams have yet to be fulfilled. Now, the Rockets are contemplating a similar strategy, exchanging their young talent for Durant, fueled by identical championship ambitions. Will they take lessons from Phoenix's situation, or are they fated to experience it themselves? We should also examine the salary cap effects of a potential trade for Durant. His $54.7 million contract for the 2025-26 season indicates that the Rockets will have to offload considerable salary to comply with NBA regulations. This is a key factor in why promising players like Jalen Green would likely have to be part of the deal, not only for their skills, but also to balance the trade financially. The Rockets have been meticulously constructing their roster, gathering draft assets, including those picks from the Suns, and nurturing young players. Acquiring Durant would signal a change in strategy, emphasizing the pursuit of immediate success rather than a lengthy developmental phase. Such a shift can prove fruitful. For example, the Toronto Raptors clinched a title after landing Kawhi Leonard. Yet, it involves substantial risks, particularly when sacrificing youthful prospects for a seasoned player. For the Suns, trading Durant might mark the start of a fresh path, focusing on surrounding Booker with emerging talent and future picks, potentially leading to more enduring success than their existing approach has yielded. Nonetheless, this shift would require coming to terms with a short-term regression, a challenging reality for both fans and the franchise's leadership. The ramifications of this potential trade in basketball reach far beyond just the involved franchises. A trade sending Durant to Houston would drastically shift the competitive landscape within the Western Conference. The Rockets would soon emerge as formidable title challengers, standing alongside squads such as the Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves, and Oklahoma City Thunder. Conversely, the Suns might drop further down the Western Conference standings, at least temporarily. A particularly fascinating element of this potential trade is its ties to the historical backgrounds of these teams. Durant was selected by the Seattle Supersonics, which evolved into the Oklahoma City Thunder. Meanwhile, the Rockets boast a storied legacy in Texas basketball. Durant's relocation to Houston could add another intriguing chapter to his diverse career and weave fresh narratives for both teams. Additionally, Durant's ties to Texas run deep, as he competed in college at the University of Texas. A comeback to the Lone Star State could resonate personally for the star forward. A user on the Real GM forum articulated that the Rockets are in dire need of a primary scorer. Enter the Longhorn, alluding to Durant's time at the University of Texas. The dynamics at play for both squads are intricate and layered. For Houston, the crucial question is if Durant could be the pivotal addition that catapults them to a title. On the other hand, for Phoenix, trading Durant might signify the optimal route ahead, given that their current strategy has not produced the success they were hoping for. Responses from fans and what lies ahead. Although team officials and players are discreet regarding the prospect of Kevin Durant moving to Houston, fans and commentators are vocal. The speculation around this major trade has sparked fervent discussions throughout social media channels, online forums, and sports radio. Let's explore the sentiments circulating in the basketball community regarding this potential transfer. A Reddit post from February 2025 in the Our Rockets forum titled, "The Houston Rockets might pursue Kevin Durant," sparked considerable conversation, with the thread receiving 9 votes and 39 replies. Rockets supporters shared diverse views, showcasing the intricate dynamics surrounding this potential deal. Several fans were excited about the prospect, viewing Durant as the crucial element that could boost Houston into title contention. One user on Reddit stated, "I can't see a reason not to pursue him. He could secure a championship for them this season." implying that Durant's scoring skills might be what takes an already strong team to the next level. Conversely, a significant number of other Rockets enthusiasts voiced doubt or strong disagreement regarding the notion. The discussions were primarily centered around the financial implications of acquiring Durant. One fan recounted a dream in which Jalen and this season's Suns' first-round pick were traded for Durant, noting that it fell short of fitting within salary cap constraints. This illustrates both the deep personal connections fans feel for players like Jalen Green and the real-world complexities of managing a salary cap in trades. Meanwhile, another Reddit poster's terse remark, "Stop, get help," encapsulated the views of many who perceive the trade as unrealistic or detrimental to the team's future. The conversations regarding potential trades involving promising talents like Reed Shepherd or Cam Whitmore became particularly intense. Some NE fans observed that the Rockets might be keen on securing strong talent. However, they could be hesitant to meet the asking price. This uncertainty among Rockets supporters highlights the familiar conflict of immediate success versus future development that numerous NBA franchises encounter. With the team's remarkable showing this season, landing the second seed in the Western Conference, their timeline has advanced rapidly, establishing expectations that weren't apparent at the season start. While certain fans argue for maintaining faith in the young core, others envision Durant as the crucial addition to maximize their surprising achievements. On the Real GM forums, a thread titled "Kevin Durant on the Trade Block" brought up the Rockets as a possible landing spot. One participant shared their excitement about Durant potentially heading to Houston, highlighting his scoring prowess as an ideal answer to their search for a key offensive player. They remarked that the Rockets urgently need a primary scorer, bringing the Longhorn into play, alluding to Durant's time at the University of Texas. Yet, the chatter on Real GM was somewhat restrained, implying that while the notion intrigued fans, many were waiting for more solid facts before taking a firm stance. This dialogue has spilled over into social media, particularly X, formerly known as Twitter, where on April 17, 2025, the author Nixon expressed notable doubt regarding the trade speculation. "Nope, I'm not a fan of the Rockets, but this isn't the vibe. Bringing in Durant requires letting go of too many valuable assets. I've stepped back from supporting KD. He's talented, but he doesn't elevate the team enough for us to clinch victories." This user's worry about giving up too much for a veteran star echoes a widespread feeling among basketball commentators who doubt Durant's ability to guide a team to a title as the top option at this point in his career. What's especially intriguing about the fans' reactions is how they reflect the strategic dilemmas that the Rockets management is probably facing. The transaction highlights a timeless NBA conundrum, balancing immediate success with future growth. Supporters of Durant value his established track record during the Rockets' surprising contention phase, whereas critics caution that the Suns' decision to trade younger talents like Mikal Bridges could hinder Phoenix's long-term prospects. A notable faction of fans champion a more patient strategy, urging the Rockets to evaluate their postseason performance before pursuing significant changes. This view aligns with speculation that Houston may intensify their efforts to land Durant if they falter in the playoffs. Conversely, if the Rockets achieve a deep playoff run with their existing core, the rationale for upsetting team dynamics by acquiring Durant lessens considerably. Outside of fan opinions, sports analysts are weighing in on the possible trade with in-depth basketball insights. Several have highlighted the Rockets' 25th ranked half-court offense as a vulnerability that Durant might rectify. His exceptional mid-range scoring and knack for generating his own shots would give Houston the dependable offensive asset that contending teams often seek during pivotal playoff times. Nonetheless, some analysts have expressed concerns regarding Durant's compatibility with the Rockets' present identity. Under coach Ime Udoka, Houston has cultivated a robust defensive framework that emphasizes a collective team ethos. Many speculate if adding a talent like Durant could throw off team dynamics, especially if it means sacrificing several promising young players invested in Udoka's approach. Additionally, the financial implications of this potential trade have sparked conversation among fans and analysts alike. With Durant's hefty $54.7 million salary for the 2025-26 season, matching salaries for any trade would pose major complications. The Rockets would have to trade away a significant contract, making it likely that players such as Jalen Green would be integral to any agreement. So, what will unfold next in this evolving narrative? Considering the current insights, several pivotal aspects will likely influence whether Kevin Durant finds himself wearing a Houston Rockets jersey. The foremost of these is the team's performance in the playoffs. Various reports suggest that Houston's eagerness to actively chase Durant may hinge on their postseason results. Should they advance significantly with their youthful roster, they may hesitate to disrupt their lineup by trading for Durant. On the flip side, an early departure from the playoffs might hasten their strategy, making them more open to trading future resources for a chance at instant championship contention. The Suns' decision to consider moving Durant is pivotal, especially amid reports of friction with management and unsatisfactory team results. Parting ways with a player of Durant's stature is a complex issue. The Suns must secure what they deem equitable compensation, potentially complicating discussions. Additionally, Durant's desires are crucial. Having achieved titles with the Golden State Warriors, he may seek an environment that allows him not only to compete, but also to hold a key position. The promising young squad in Houston may hold attraction in that sense, particularly due to his ties to Texas since his college years. Trade talks are expected to heat up following the end of the playoffs. This is often when NBA franchises consider significant changes to their rosters. They'll assess their season performance and pinpoint spots needing work. At this moment, both teams remain concentrated on the current challenges ahead. The Sun aims to clinch a playoff berth via the play-in tournament, while the Rockets gear up for a hopeful deep playoff journey. Should the trade occur, it would mark one of the most pivotal shifts of the 2025 offseason, potentially transforming the Western Conference dynamic. Durant's addition to the already strong Rockets would forge yet another exceptional contender in a talent-rich conference. This narrative brings forth the kind of excitement and suspense that captivates basketball enthusiasts. The chance of a future Hall of Famer making a switch. The prospect of Kevin Durant moving to the Houston Rockets always stirs up intrigue, especially with the intricate basketball dynamics, financial factors, and storylines involved. As I mentioned earlier in this video, it's crucial to note that as of April 17, 2025, there's been no official trade of Kevin Durant to the Rockets. Although there are whispers and speculation circulating, neither party nor the NBA has validated any agreement. What exists is a noteworthy mutual interest and an active dialogue surrounding a possible trade in the future. How do you feel about the idea of Durant potentially playing for the Houston Rockets? Would they become immediate title challengers? Or might they sacrifice too much of their talented young roster? If you like this video and want to dive into more thrilling content like this, feel free to click on any of the cards displayed on your screen.